Hey guys, so I'm going to do a get ready video with me today. I haven't done one of those in a while, and while I'm getting ready with you, I'm gonna talk to you about some things. And I don't know, sometimes it's hard to talk about something, especially what I'm gonna talk to you about, and get ready with me at the same time, but I'm gonna try it. We'll see how it goes. Okay, the only product that I've applied so far is my EOS lip balm. I like to put that on like a couple minutes before I get started to really let it sink in. That way when I get to the end, my lips will be nice and moisturized. And I hope my hair is not going to keep falling in my face as I'm doing this, but we'll see how that goes too. Alright, so I'm going to start off with my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. I love this stuff. It just makes my foundation go on so much better, and I already put moisturizer on like when I got out of the shower, but this is just extra moisturizer and it's wonderful. So I just spray this all over liberally. And finally got around to coloring my hair this weekend, so I'm sure you can tell it's a lot darker than it was when you saw me last time. And yeah, so what I was going to talk to you guys about, I don't know if I can do my makeup and talk to you about this at the same time. What I was going to talk to you guys about, it kind of affects you in a way. I mean, a little bit. You'll see what I mean. I have been a victim of identity theft, not once but twice in the last few months. First, they got a hold of my bank card information, my debit card, which is a debit card / credit card. And then the other day, I found out that one of my regular credit cards, that information had been stolen. So the bank card situation has been resolved for quite some time now. And, you know, you never really know for sure, like, who got the information or how they got it. I mean, these things get resolved, and 9 times out of 10, once the investigation that's done by the bank or the credit card company has been finished, you don't, you get any money back that was stolen from you, but you don't really know for sure who got it or how they got it. So in the situation with the bank card, I think the information may have been stolen when I got gas, because I used to always just use my debit card at the gas station. I don't do that anymore because now I've learned about what a skimmer is and how that works. You know, like let's say you go to the gas station and you swipe your card. Someone came along before you and attached this skimmer thing to the gas pump, and now every card that's swiped, they can take that information and use it illegally. At least I think that's how my information got stolen. I don't really know for sure. The next thing I'm going to use is a Bobbi Brown Corrector with something new that I haven't shown you guys yet. I was going to do a haul, but I might as well just show you this one thing and then exclude it from the next haul that I do. Maybe I should include it because a lot of people probably are going to skip over this video. Well, anyways, I got the Sephora, oh boy, Sephora Pro Airbrush Concealer Brush. This is number 57. This is really, really nice, you guys, for concealer. I don't feel like it's essential or necessary, but it's really nice to have. This makes your concealers go on so, so nice. If you don't want to spend this much money, I highly recommend the e.l.f. Studio Concealer Brush. Is really nice, especially since it's only $3. But if you can afford to spend a little bit more than that, this is really nice to have. Really been enjoying this since I bought it. And I've used it with all different concealers, and yeah, really good. So anyways, all right, back to my story. So I'm gonna put a little bit of this on the brush, and Doesn't that make a big difference? Bobbi Brown Corrector. It's pretty expensive, but I feel like it makes a difference. And then I use a second corrector of a different kind after I put my foundation on. But I mean, you can see the difference that made. So anyways, the bank card situation got resolved, and now I don't get my gas with a debit card anymore. I take cash out of the bank and I go into the gas station and pay them because I do the self-serve thing. I go into the gas station and pay them with cash, and so far so good. Haven't had any problems since, so I think that's where it got stolen, but I'm not positive. Like I said, there's really no way to know for sure because I used to use my bank card for other things too. So then that all got resolved, and now a regular credit card that I have, the information got stolen. And again, I think I might know who took it, but I can't be sure. So here's where you guys come in, and here's how this all affects you. I am so sick of this happening, and this is, you know, it's a big deal when this happens, and I guess it can affect your credit rating. I'm not sure. Even when they realize they do their investigations and they realize it wasn't you, it might still have a bad effect on your credit. I don't know, but I don't want this to happen anymore. So I'm like taking some extra steps to make sure that this doesn't happen again. This is MAC Studio Fix Fluid in NW20. What I'm trying to do is use my cards less and be more selective about how I use them. Just like, you know, I'm not using my debit card at the gas station anymore. I'm paying with cash. One of the things that I decided I'm going to do is I'm not going to make any more makeup online purchases. If I can't buy it in a store, I'm not going to get it. And I know that there's a possibility that I could change my mind at some point. But for now, that's what I've decided I'm going to do. And that means no more Makeup Geek, ColourPop, Coastal Scents, anybody that has gotten my credit card over the last whenever. I just, you know, I don't know who took the information. It might not have even been the company itself's fault. It may have been like an employee at a company that may have just written down the information and decided to do something with it later on. I don't know, but I'm not going to take any chances. And you know, when I stop and think about it, at first I thought, oh, this is going to be awful. You know, I won't be able to get any of these brands anymore. But I thought about it and I was like, you know what though? The products that I love the most, that I have in my collection, are things that I bought in stores anyway. I mean, I do like those brands that I just mentioned and more. But really, when you notice the brands of the things that I'm going to use today, for example, there isn't one single thing that I'm going to use in this Get Ready With Me video today that you can't buy in a store. So I think store brands are my favorite anyway. So it's not going to be as big of a deal as I thought it would be once I really thought about it. But like I said, I could change my mind at some point. My husband actually suggested something really great that might help. If I really, really want to place an order online through whoever, they have these Visa gift cards you can buy, and you can buy them for different denominations. So let's say I'm going to place an order from, I don't know, whoever, anybody like that I mentioned, Makeup Geek, ColourPop, Coastal Scents, whoever. And let's say the stuff that I want to order comes to like $20, just for example. You can buy a Visa gift card for $20, put that information in online, and that way nobody can use that card again because you will have used the $20 to make your purchase. So that would be one way that I could, you know, make a purchase and not have to give out my like regular credit card information. So I don't know. Has this ever happened to you guys? Because it really stinks, especially when the bank card information got stolen. Oh my God, that was a nightmare. Had to keep running back and forth to the bank and talking to them and doing paperwork, and it was awful. All right, so I knew this was going to be hard to get ready with me, plus tell you guys about this all at the same time. All right, so like I was saying, MAC Studio Fix Fluid in NW20. And I'm going to use a Real Techniques Expert Face Brush, I think this is called. Wow. Sorry, I'm having a tough time today. So, I'm not too happy about all this that has happened, as you can imagine. It's pretty awful. And, so that's what I'm going to do for now. So there won't be any more of those brands that I mentioned or anybody else that has to be ordered online. There are some brands that I buy that I've placed orders with the company, but I've also bought things in stores. Like if something's kind of hard to get or out of stock in stores, I'll just buy it from the company online. So I'm not going to do that anymore either. I'm just going to, if I can't get it in a store, I'm not getting it. That's just how it's going to be. I've got an air bubble on top of this foundation bottle here. There we go. So I think I know. I mean, if I had to guess, I think I know which company probably it was with this recent one, but I'm not going to even guess because I don't want to get sued for slander or something like that. Because if you make an accusation against somebody and you can't prove it, then, you know, you can get sued for that. So I'm not going to say which company I think it was, but I'm just not going to order from any of them anymore because I just don't want to chance it. Yeah, most of my favorite brands, I'll tell you exactly where I buy my favorite brands. All my most favorite things I either get at Macy's, Nordstrom, Ulta, or Sephora. Those are the four places that I really enjoy shopping at the most because the things that I buy at those stores, I'm satisfied 90% of the time, I would say. I can't even tell you how long it's been since I've had to return anything. I've been really making great choices lately with the things that I've been buying. I've been so happy with all my purchases. Yeah, I can't even remember the last time that I had to return something. There has been so much activity going on in my neighborhood lately. Machinery running, people hammering, and it's not all coming from the same place. It's coming from all different directions. Is October the official home improvement month of the year or something? My God, people have been going crazy just doing all kinds of things. All I can hear right now is somebody hammering, and then like an hour ago there was some kind of loud machinery coming from the other direction. It's driving me crazy. I like things to be quiet, which is unrealistic because the world is not quiet, but I can't stand it when there's a lot of noise going on in the neighborhood. Okay, one thing I do that I don't know if I've ever mentioned it in a video, and I don't always show this when I do a get ready with me video. Sometimes I forget to do this step. If you have dry skin, or you have a lot of redness and veining in that area that you don't want to show up when you put your eyeshadows on, a lot of times what I do now is I put a little bit of foundation in that area. I'll just take some, just put it right in that whole area and then just blend it in with my foundation brush. And you know, it's not irritating or anything. I would imagine with some foundations you wouldn't be able to do that, but I don't have any problems with this MAC Studio Fix Fluid one. And then I usually do put some kind of an eyeshadow base, whether it be a traditional one or a colored one, on top of that, but this just gives me extra coverage against the veining and or redness issues. It's been 18 minutes and I'm just getting started, so I seriously doubt I'm going to be able to do this whole thing on camera. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is my second concealer, and I've been using the Maybelline Dream Lumi concealer in the shade Radiant lately. I just been doing lots of different combinations of concealers, and I've been liking this one quite a bit. So I just go right in that darkness, just like that, and then I take that same concealer brush that I showed you before and blend it in. Now that is going to make that area a little bit lighter than the rest of my face, but it helps with the dark circles. Doesn't get rid of them completely, but it helps. These aren't even technically dark circles. There's a medical term for this, and it's, in my case, I think it's caused by a combination of aging and allergies. Or aging, allergies, and having bad sinus issues. Okay, so that's a little better. Then I take MAC Studio Fix powder and just set everything. My favorite brush to do that with is my e.l.f. Studio Powder Brush. And I'm still working off this same container here. I hit pan on this a long time ago, but yeah, there's not very much left there, but it's amazing how long one of these lasts. You know, you think you're almost done and you still have a lot left. And this is a combination, this is a powder foundation, so go easy with this because, you know, it's pretty heavy duty. Okay, and as far as blush and face contour and highlighter goes, I have been really loving Benetint. This just gives you a natural flush, and it looks so natural with pretty much any look that you want to do. So just kind of tap off the excess back into the bottle. And be careful because this is liquid and it's like a concentrated tint. And then I just go dot, 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 just like that. Take my foundation brush and then just blend it in, like out and upward. And it just looks really, really natural. Just go 1, 2, 3. You would think that wouldn't blend well on top of the powder that I just put on, but I haven't had any issues with it. It blends in fine. And then I do the same thing with Benefit High Beam, except this is my highlighter. So just go up a little bit higher. And just do 3 dots. Same brush. So it all just kind of merges together nicely. Make sure you wipe off the excess though. Otherwise you're going to have too much because this is really potent. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, just be very careful when you blend this in, because once you put it on, there's really no way to fix it. So you want to make sure you get perfect placement with that. To contour my face, I've been using this every single day since I got it. This was a 100-point perk at Sephora. Faced Chocolate Soleil Bronzer. And this is medium/deep, which it's really not medium deep. Look how light that is. And then I use Real Techniques sculpting brush. This is my favorite brush to contour my face. I like to fluff up my brushes before I use them. Do you guys do that? Because sometimes when I wash them, when they're still wet, they kind of condense down, and they sort of stay that way. So I like to reshape my brushes by fluffing them up on my hand. So I just do a streak and then turn the brush the other way and blend it. Just like that. If it looks like I'm having a hard time, that like this is awkward, it's because I'm filming with a webcam and it reverses the image, so what I see is reversed of what it really is, so it makes it kind of hard to do things. Okay, then I'm going to turn it sideways to blend. Okay, yeah, I love this stuff. I went back and used another 100 Sephora points that I had and got a backup for this because I figured, you know, that was a great way to get it because it didn't cost me anything. All right, so where are we at? 24 minutes? Oh my God, that's so crazy. I don't know, guys. I'm probably gonna have to edit this down. All right, next I'm gonna put a little bit of eyeshadow base. Today I'm gonna use MAC Painterly Paint Pot. It's just a nude cream eyeshadow. And I'm gonna use a MAC 242 brush. It's just a flat shader brush. So see, the veining and discoloration is mostly gone at this point. So I'm really just putting this on to kind of perfect it a little bit. And also, eyeshadows go on so nice over MAC paint pots. It really helps them to blend. But see, now you don't see any veining or discoloration at all. All right. Okay, and for eyeshadows today, the first eyeshadow that I'm going to use is one of my all-time favorites. You've seen it many times before, MAC Shroom. This is just a frosty beige color, and I'm going to do something a little different with as far as brushes goes with my eyes today. I'm gonna take this MAC 224 brush and I'm just gonna dust this all over the entire eye area to begin with. Just gonna put like a light dusting all over. And this eye look that I'm gonna do right now is pretty much my go-to eye look. I do this a lot. I really, really like it. It's fast, it's easy, but I love it. Something about this particular look that I keep coming back and doing it over and over again. The Painterly Paint Pot, the MAC Shroom. MAC Shroom dusted all over. Then what I do is I take Satin Taupe, which is a silvery taupe frost finish, and with the same brush I'm going to put a little bit of this on, and I'm going to very lightly put this in my crease. No, I hear planes going over. It's always something. Okay. I think the hardest thing about doing eye makeup is trying to get both eyes to look even. Okay, that's about right. Plus, your eyes themselves are not even. Like, you know, they're not exactly the same size and shape, and the distance between your eyebrow and your eyelid. And so when everything is not perfectly symmetrical to start with, it's kind of hard to make it look even. All right. Now the next part I'm definitely gonna do off camera because we're at 29 minutes now, so this is just getting crazy. So I'm going to apply my eyeliner, my mascara, do my eyebrows and my lips, and come back and wrap this up. And next time I do a get ready video with me, maybe I'll do it the opposite. You know, I'll do all the face products first, and then come back and show you the last steps instead, just to kind of balance it out for anybody that likes those particular products. So I'm just gonna shut the camera off right now. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so I did add a little bit of Satin Taupe along the lower lash line too, and put on my eyeliner, mascara, brows, lip pencil, lipstick. If you want to see any of the products that I used, everything is always listed in the description box for every single video that I do. And I hope you understand about the not buying any more brands online thing, but it's just not worth the aggravation. Like I said, my most favorite brands, I can walk into a store and buy them anyway, so not a big deal to me. But if some of your favorite brands are the ones that you can only buy online from that company, I'm sorry, but I don't want to go through this anymore with the whole identity theft thing. So that's it for today, you guys, and thanks for watching. Bye.